P332828 appearing on behalf of Mr. Rosenboom, or so I thought I was going to.
All right, and Mr. Rosenboom is not present in council.
Your Honor, this morning, like any of the other cases that I scheduled, I met with Mr. Rosenboom. At first he appeared fine, and then as we talked more and more, it's like he was in another world somewhere. And I asked him, are you ill? He said, no, I'm battling a cold. I said, but I'm okay. And so I said, okay, explain to him what was happening today. And that then the court took its break to attend the webinar. And I noticed Mr. Rosenboom was standing outside in the cold, without a jacket. So then eventually he came back in and looked like he was nodding out, so to speak. And when I looked for him again, I was told by the court officer that he was now in the hospital due to a hospital drug overdose. And even the court discretion went further. The tragic thing about it, Your Honor, I was prepared to go on the record today and report how well he was doing, and his jail review was to be continued in the recommendation of probation. Now.
All right, well, here's what the court's going to do. Mr. Rosenboom was here and then he left before the court and contacted him. And so the court will give Mr. Rosenboom 1 week to appear here. So counsel, if you want to have some communication with him between now and next week, the court's going to adjourn at 1 week to December 12th.
So no warrant issued as
I'm not issuing a warrant as he was here.
Okay.
Now that doesn't mean that there won't be some other happenings going on with the jail review, but as of right now, the court's not issuing a warrant. We'll adjourn to December 12th at 9 a.m.
Your Honor, could I possibly expect the file to make sure I have the correct contact information? I don't have.
Yes, when we're done. Yes, when we're done with the e-custody. On the record, in the matter of Stephen Strickland, 211541 and 221669.
Your Honor, may please court Richard T. Serrano, P332828, appearing on behalf of with my client, Mr. Strickland, who's presently in custody.
All right, and your
Please
name,
state your name,
sir?
sir.
Oh, Stephen Strickland.
All right, well, Mr. Strickland is on probation with this court. All right, well, Mr. Strickland is on probation to this court for operating with a high BAC. And also for public intoxication on 221669. And so let's just, well, actually, he's on a probation on the 1669 matter. This court sentenced him to 60 days jail, suspended with the jail review, and that was on October of 2022. Jail review was held November 21st, 2022, and then adjourned to March 30th of 20, it says 22, I wrote it wrong, it's 23. And he failed to appear on that date. Then we set it for April 27th, failed to appear, set it, and then we issued a warrant. And then at some point he must have contacted the court, because then we put it back on the docket and he failed to attend again on July 24th. And this court issued a warrant on October 10th, August 10th. And on 211541 matter, it's alleged that Mr. Strickland submitted a diluted drug test on January 26th, failed to make up the test on February 2nd, failed to appear for a drug test on February 8th, and I believe he's just been absconding ever since. And so, counsel, what's happening today?
Your Honor, my client tells me that he turned himself in last night. And
Turned himself in?
That's what I believe he told me. Is that correct, Strickland?
Yes. That's,
All right. And Your Honor, today we went over what was going to happen today. The probation department has recommended some significant jail time. My client understands that. We hope the court would consider credit that he's claimed he has 6 days credit if the court's disposed to send him to jail. Your Honor, if he were tested today, I asked him, he said there'd probably be marijuana in his system. Your Honor, he's single, he supports 2 children, ages 7 and 1. He works at Karaoke Concrete. Your Honor, he now goes to the guidance center voluntarily for treatment as well as teen wellness. So on one hand, he looks like he's doing the right things in order to maintain sobriety and to abide by this court's order. But sometimes his actions, as the court has stated, he's willing to plead guilty that he did in fact fail to timely test as ordered by this court. So he's, quite frankly, told me he's tired of it and he just wants to have an end of it. And hopefully he's doing well at the guidance center and teen wellness. He wants to continue that treatment. So I'm asking for consider maybe some more intensive outpatient treatment, Your Honor, that the court could order in lieu of jail because he's not going to get the treatment that he needs sitting in Wayne County Jail, other than separation from drugs or alcohol.
Okay, I'm sorry. So, sir, you turned yourself in.
yes. I called up here and I had officers come to my house to pick me up on my warrants.
Okay, but that doesn't seem to be how they picked you up.
That's exactly how they picked me up. They picked me up in my dad's garage. I called and told them I had warrants and everything else. I wanted to get this over and done with. I wanted to beg for the court's mercy and say and hope for a reinstatement because I've seen the error of my ways and I'm tired of looking over my shoulders. And I'm more than apologetic. I realized where I was doing wrong, and I'm trying to work on that in my life about myself. And I was just hoping for some type of grace or leniency before the holidays and everything, so I can get rid of this, get where I don't have a warrant out, still see my kids for Christmas, and then if need be, I can argue with their mother in child support court and stuff. So because she's trying to take them away from me and she's mad at me. I messed up and I relapsed a while back, and she just never let me go after that. And so I have my own issues, and I'm trying to be the better person, and I'm trying to right my wrongs, and I would do anything to get my probation reinstated and give you and just have one more chance to show you that I can do right.
Sir, let me just say this, right? You were already on probation with this court. And then while you were on probation with this court, you picked up a charge for assault, battery, and resisting obstructing an officer. So on that matter, you had a jail review. I didn't send you right to jail, although on your probation violation, prior to this offense, the court sentenced you to 5 days jail and 45 days on the tether. And so now we have not only your jail review, but but your probation. And so quite frankly, I don't know that you're.
I know it's a long shot, yeah.
Sir, please raise your right hand. You solemnly swear from the testimony about to give this matter to be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
Your Honor,
And
excuse me, could he move over a little bit? I can barely see him.
what's that?
Could he move over to his right a little bit? I can see him a little bit better now.
Okay.
Yeah,
There you
there you
go.
go.
Okay.
Thank you.
I think that's just the way that the screen is, I'm not sure, but. All right, so sir, you heard the allegations for your probation violation, correct?
Yes.
As to those allegations, how do you plead, sir?
Guilty.
I'm sorry?
Guilty.
And you've gone over your advice and rights for probation violation purposes, correct?
Yes. Yes.
And you understand all of those rights.
Yes.
You also understand that by entering into plea, you'll be waiving some of those rights, specifically your right to a contested hearing.
Yes.
And
I'm just scared.
you also understand the possible penalty as a result of your plea.
I know, and that's why I ran, because I was scared, because I knew about the time, you know.
Hold on, sir. Hold on. First, I need to establish a factual basis here. And
Okay.
so, and sir, you understand that the recommendation in this matter is for you to serve 60 days jail, revoke probation, pay a $50 probation violation fee. Do you understand that?
Yes.
And knowing all that, you still want to continue with your plea.
Yes.
Has anybody promised you anything, threatened you, or coerced you in any way for you to enter into a plea?
No.
All right, and counsel, if you can please pardon your client.
Mr. Strickland, can you hear me?
Yes. Yes, sir.
You heard the allegations you're pleading guilty to on January 26th, February 2nd, and February 8th. Did you disobey this court's order while being on probation by, on January 26th, providing a diluted sample, and then February 2nd and February 8th of 2023, not appearing for scheduled drug tests as ordered by this court? You admit guilty to
Yes.
that?
Yes, I do.
Satisfied.
I apologize.
The court is also satisfied the plea is knowing, voluntary, and factually accurate. The court will accept your plea. The probation violation indicate technical violation number 4 will enter. And counsel, as to the recommendation.
Your Honor, as I stated, Mr. Strickland has the right ideas in mind. I think, like so many of the clients that I represent and so many that this court sees, that they take it upon themselves when something doesn't go right in their lives to self-medicate. And in this case, it's contrary to the court's orders to fail the test, knowing he's gonna test dirty, and just not showing up or trying to dilute the test. That doesn't work these days. It doesn't help the problem. So on one hand, he's saying he wants to get treatment, continue at the guidance center, continue at team wellness, and then he does things like this. So I just submit to the court, Your Honor, he's not gonna get the treatment that he needs incarcerated. I understand that the sentencing for any purpose is twofold, rehabilitative as well as punitive. We'd ask the court to concentrate more on the rehabilitative aspect, albeit a 4th violation. To hear what my client said, he did turn himself in, Your Honor. That's a manifestation of someone that needs help. So we ask the court to consider that in passing the sentence.
Well, he's also, with how many days credit?
He tells me 6 to 7 days credit, he believes, but I have no way of verifying that.
There's not any credit for that. I mean, he served 5 days, if he's counting the 5 days jail, he served as a probation violation back in September 22. There's no credit for that.
Doesn't count, right?
No, and he's been in jail to 1 day. So, but there's also, he's also under investigation from Southgate for the alleged for the incident that occurred right before he decided to turn himself in to the police.
I didn't do anything there.
Don't say anything about
I
that.
didn't say you did anything, I said that you're under investigation for that. And, the court, listen, the court is all about helping individuals if they want help. Mr. Strickland has had the opportunity for help available to him and had rehabilitative conditions available to him that he chose not to use. He chose not to use them. In addition, this court, while your client was already on probation, your client committed another crime, pled on another crime, and this court issued a jail review. And then after just a short while, your client just absconded. Didn't contact the probation officer, didn't do anything. Nothing.
I was scared because I knew I had the jail time to do. I mean, nobody wants to, I'm gonna lose my car, I'm gonna lose all my personal belongings, I'm gonna lose everything because I have no way to keep them or nowhere to put them. And, but I have to have this warrant taken care of, so that I'm better able to be a different person. So, I mean, there's a lot going on. It's not that I just wanted to disrespect you or the court in any manner. It's the fact that I was scared to go do that time. I mean, it's an honest human response to it, and I knew I messed up. I drank too much coffee when my son had a surgery that morning, so it said my pee was diluted. But I didn't do anything wrong there, and then I was scared to come in for my violation. And so I would have had 2 days though credit if you are going that route. 2 days credit when I first got arrested, and then I'd have 2 more days for yesterday and today for now, and for when I bonded out. I sat another 2 days. That was the most recent one in the summer. I got pulled over for jaywalking and bonded out, and I was still scared to show back up. So I apologize. I really do. I didn't mean to disrespect no one or do, it just. I know what I'm looking at.
I'm sorry, what's that?
No, nothing, Your Honor. I know I done wrong, and I know I don't deserve another chance. And I'm just asking, if anything, not even 60 days. 60 days is so long. I'm going to lose everything. If it has to be jail time, could we do something a little more reasonable, maybe like 30 or something? 60 days is just so long.
Listen, this is not a negotiation. That's not what this is. That's not what this is. Quite frankly, sir, you're looking at 180 days.
Looking at 180 days?
If this court.
Oh my God. I thought I was doing 60.
Sir, I'm trying to tell you that you have 90 days is the maximum conviction penalty for conviction on one, and same with the other. If this court wanted to order consecutive sentences, it could. That's where the 180 days comes in. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Please don't do that to me.
Sir, you're asking this court for consideration, and this court asked you for consideration and adherence to its orders, and you didn't do that.
I knew I messed up once I had that violation, and I could not make it from work to drop that one time. So I had no car.
Just ignore everything, right?
No, I ran. I was scared. I'm sorry. I told you. I was scared.
Sir. So what was the? Excuse me.
Answer.
What was the catalyst event that would that you decided today's the day I'm going to turn myself in, and you called the police, or had your dad called the police?
The catalyst event was that I had my wife or fiance, whatever, we're not on good terms. I had her tell me that I'm not allowed to see my kids or anything, and she wasn't going to let me around them, and so I had to take and fight her in child support court, and so I can't do that with a warrant, and I need to take care of my kids. I needed to handle this. I've been looking over my shoulder for too long. I didn't want to do anything wrong. That's.
Well, sir, perhaps you can't see your children because of your alcohol issues.
Yeah, so I've been working on it and seeking substance abuse on my own, or substance abuse therapy on my own, and regular therapy and psychiatry. I've been trying to do what I need to do. It's when you have that kind of sentence hanging over your head, it's not good for your mental health either. Just because knowing that I have that, And so it's been a daily battle. I've known I had to take care of this. I didn't want to just be driving down the street one day and, get pulled over and, you know, I wanted to hopefully get a second shot at this. A third shot. I mean, I know I've messed up and it doesn't look like it's like you're going to let me, but I mean, that's odds just begging for it or begging for leniency of some sort. I know I've messed up and I've learned my lesson. And I've seen the error of my ways. I don't like alcohol anymore. I'm begging for your help, begging the court's help, and let me have one more chance, please. You won't see me in here again until it's time to get off probation. I'll do everything I'm supposed to. I promise. Otherwise, you can give me the whole time. I swear to God, I'll do everything I'm supposed to.
So here's. Sir, okay. I'm going to ask this question. I want 100% honesty because I'm not getting it. You're telling this court that you contacted the Wyandotte Police Department for them to come pick you up?
Yes.
Okay. So when the officers got there, what did you say to them?
Well, I told them about the day before that when my girlfriend my children's mother stole my debit card, and so I was making a report about that. But I also told them that I had my warrants. I also told them I had my.
Hold on, sir. Hold on. So, right, there wasn't anything in the police report that stated that Stephen Strickland contacted the Wyandotte Police Department to turn himself in on warrants. That is not in the report.
But that's what I called and that's what I said on the phone.
Called, sir, you called because you wanted to make a police report. Then, before the officers could meet with you, Southgate Police Department was dispatched to down over Coney Island regarding a threat that was made allegedly by you. And then once the officers ran your name, then there were multiple warrants noted for your arrest. So then Southgate requested you be secured so they could conduct their investigation. So it does not appear at all that you contacted the Wyandotte Police Department specifically for turning yourself in. That is not what occurred.
It was for both things. And I called the night before also and tried to get an officer and they told me no.
Well, sir, once again, you're not being honest and you're begging this court to believe you with what you're saying. And just so we're clear, I don't believe you at all, other than you want to see your kids. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you the opportunity to reflect on your actions as to how you can go about being reunified with your kids. And that can occur while you're sitting in jail for your 60 days. The court's going to revoke probation, close the case without improvement, $50 probation violation fee, 60 days jail starting today. And these sentences will be concurrent.
Any and all.
So I got 120 days or 60?
On 2/1669, your client has 2 days credit, that's it.
Thank you, Your Honor. And answer his question, Your Honor, you said concurrent, correct?
Concurrent, which means at the same time.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Do I get 2 days for credit for the yesterday and the day too, or? All right, never mind.
Okay. Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, have a good day.